It to overtime, didn't he?
He did not, but he got him to overtime. Never played in overtime. So, did you guys stand by? No, never.
No.
I went to bed with a minute and 20 left.
When they were down by 5?
When or I guess right before that, when he was looking at a bounds trying to ask to get out, and they passed it, and he turned it over.
He was looking to get out of bounds.
So
great.
So he played 32 minutes, had 32 points.
Yeah.
What a game it was. What an insane game.
My buddies were talking about like the greatest comeback ever in Allen Fieldhouse history, and we were going through some of those. And it's TCU on a Tuesday night.
Sure. TCU's 11-3.
Yeah,
1-0 in the conference.
Yep. But I don't know that I can put that. I mean, maybe you can. I don't know. For me, it's always going to be UCLA in 1995. That was one of the greatest games that I've ever been a part of. Man, it was awesome.
Ask Mizzou fans about UCLA.
Yeah, I will. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just kidding. I'm joking. You guys just beat Florida.
Yeah.
You guys be the champs.
How about that?
Beat the champs.
Does it matter
Columbia.
from one year to the next, though? Like you said,
absolutely. If you're Missouri,
beat the champs. Like
yes.
you're like, how many of these people are back from last year?
Oh, I mean, dude, it doesn't matter.
College portal's open. Everybody's flying all over the place. Right?
I mean, I don't know if you're Ohio State, you beat Michigan the next. That doesn't make sense because that's just the rivalry. But you always have a bounty.
Yeah.
Right. Once you win it, you're the team. Like. Everybody wants to be the Eagles.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to see the Eagles go to the Super Bowl again this year.
Everybody wants to beat them. But that's the beauty of where we are in college sports right now, though, is like teams can turn it on a dime, and you can go out there like Missouri last year. Did they win a game last year, or was that 2 years ago? 2 years ago, where they couldn't find a way to win a game, and then you can flip it on a dime and find a way to beat the defending champs. And so that's why I love the NIL and where we are in college sports right now, because it's giving everybody an opportunity.
Yeah. So last night was. I will say this. This is why I think the product of college basketball can always be fun, because you mentioned, like, what's the best comeback, how many. There are certain things about certain places in sports that just happen and you can't explain why. Mm-hmm. Sometimes at Wrigley there's a billy goat. Sometimes there's a guy wearing a headset that gets interfered with a foul ball.
Yeah, it's true.
New York, there's like spirits that walk through Monument Park and you don't know why all of a sudden the wind picks up when Boston hits a ball in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. You just can't explain it. And Allen Fieldhouse has one of those things where there's just this Fog Allen aura that sometimes it's against Oklahoma. Sometimes it's against Missouri with a block that could have been a charge. Or could have been
it was a clean block.
Sure
People continue to talk about that. It was as clean a block as I've ever seen in my entire life on a basketball floor.
The pin is blue.
It was perfectly blocked.
And Phil Pressey probably has a different debate. But that
well,
doesn't happen in the
past.
Go take it up with Thomas Robinson, uncle.
How long ago was that?
2013?
Yeah, I mean, like we're talking almost a generation ago now where that play happened. My God.
So last night, Mac went to bed. Obviously,
I was at a high school game for a while last night. I had to leave the high school game early because I didn't get. I left at halftime because the officiating was terrible last night. Kid from Olathe East dunks, hangs on the rim to avoid the kid underneath them, and they tee him up. The whole place loses their mind, man. The whole place loses their mind.
Come on.
Coach Darce, you hang in there, buddy.
I'll be in the parking lot waiting for you up. Call a T on my boy.
That's right.
Tell you what. About to tee your head. I don't know.
It was insane. I've never seen anything like that. First of all, the kid dunking in high school was awesome.
So last night, and at one point you could have gotten KU plus 2,500, but at Lawrence, sometimes there is this just thing. This Allen run, right?
Yeah.
They go into halftime on a 9-0 run. And then all of a sudden, you're like, all right, like, when are we going to lose Darren Peterson? Because he'd been playing all night. Dude's balling. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are 3 college athletes in basketball, for now, that are insane must-watch television. Because before Darren Peterson was on last night, Cameron Boozer was on. 6'5", 6'9".
He's back at Duke?
6'9". Oh, Daddy Boozer was there last night.
How big is he?
Fat? No.
Yeah, no. Oh, okay.
No.
He stayed in good shape,
okay,
actually.
Good. Okay.
Jet Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Stands the whole time.
Oh, looks like really good.
4 rows behind the bench.
Okay.
Got a 12, got a 2 on the back.
Oh,
those are both of his kids' numbers.
I think meant a 12-pack on the front, like a 2-pack of abs on the back. I'm like, holy cow.
And probably 8 down south. And this guy, Cameron Boozer, 6'9", 250. Right? I feel bad for the other brother. You know what I mean?
How big is him?
But he's like 6'4", he's like 6'4", 190.
Okay.
So I mean, like, but the other kid's 6'9", 250, could be the number 1 pick. He goes, balls out last night against Louisville. Great game. They were down. They come back, win by 11. Enters Kansas. This moment happens against TCU. And it's just weird, man. Like, they were down. They tied the game up. And here's how they tie it. When the team is down the most, Darren Peterson is not in the game. And everyone's going, how can I be mad about him, right? Because I bet KU fans were in a mix of emotions. Because you're like, man, he gave us 28 minutes. He gave us 29 points. This is more than we've seen all year. He's been the man tonight. And then all of a sudden you're like, but where's he at, man? You're on the other side of the argument. You're like, my team is needing my best player right now. We're down by 4. I need this guy in the game. Well, here's what happens. TCU is up by 3, and KU gets an inbound play. Timeout, Bill Self.
Right.
Insert Darren Peterson.
Goes in,
gets around. Finally, he gets a pass, goes up for a 3,
boom,
fouled. What's he do? Hits all three. And you never see him again.
That's
and
it.
KU wins in overtime.
And he's done.
And it's just nuts, dude. Like, stuff like that happens, and I can't explain
it's
it.
Allen Fieldhouse. No, it is. It is the aura of Allen Fieldhouse. And you're right. There are certain places that just have that magic.
And it doesn't matter if you were TCU that night. It doesn't matter if you were, Arizona that night, even though Arizona plays tonight against the Kansas State Wildcats that you can hear on this station tonight. They play number 1, 8 o'clock. Number 1 Arizona. Go beat them. Go upset the world.
Yeah.
Okay?
What's Nebraska 2 this week?
No, they're 10.
Are they 10? No,
Michigan's 2.
You got to get Nebraska in the top 2.
But, they might get there. They'll play Michigan on January 27th. That should be a big game on Tuesday night. But, yeah, so, I mean, last night was one of those fun games, and it was one of those, like, if you've been waiting and wanting to see, like, what's going to get you, that was a fun game. No matter for college basketball, the game was fun.
Yeah, well, absolutely. I mean, anytime you go into overtime and find a way to win a game when you're down
and the way
big,
they did it.
And it's just the way you do it and the way that Allen Fieldhouse has that momentum. Because I think anybody who's watching a game in Allen Fieldhouse never feels comfortable until the clock is 0.
And there's always the run.
And there's always the run.
Always
you were
run.
talking about the run, the 9-0 run or whatever it was at the end of the first half, and I'm thinking, like, there it is. Like, we've always sat there for years, and I've been doing this KU thing since 1995 when I was a freshman, and everybody just always says the same thing. When's the run going to come? When's the run going to come? When is this team going to go on the 25-4 run or whatever? Because it always happens.
It's
and
something weird.
It's the building, it's the coaching. Bill Self, through all this NIL stuff, is still finding ways to go out there and dominate the sport. And that's why I think he is the best, one of the best of all time at what he did, obviously, and what he's done, obviously, is because he continues to reinvent himself. I mean, like Andy Reid should call Bill Self this offseason and say, how did you go from, recruiting players and changing your whole thing on a dime, right? And that's what happened. And Bill Self had to change the way that he was doing things. A lot of the other coaches that are at his level quit. Okay, Coach K quit, Roy Williams quit. You see all these coaches quit. The guy from Villanova, they all quit because of where we are.
You think it's
Nick
quitting?
Saban,
I don't know.
Yes, it is. I call
Coach
it quitting.
K was old as dirt.
Yeah, but
Roy's health was. He was.
I'll give you Roy. I'll give you Roy.
Because I mean,
Yeah, Roy was collapsing on the sidelines.
Izzo's still there. Calipari's still there.
Yeah.
Patrino, or not Patrino, but Patino's
still around for
They're
now.
all still there, but I mean, Roy was like.
I'll give you
collapsing.
Roy. I'll give you Roy. But the other ones, they quit. I mean, the guy at Villanova, Jay Wright, younger than we are, he quit. He walked
was the
away
best in the game.
and he was the best in the game. And
was
they're
the
all
best.
walking
Got a pretty
away.
good gig, too.
Hell of a gig. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But they're all walking away because they don't want to deal with the NIL. The football is the same way. Nick Saban walked away. You don't see Urban Meyer coming back into the game. If he wanted to and whatnot. So I just look around the landscape and go, like, Bill toughed this thing out, and now hopefully he can reap some rewards from this and get another national championship under his belt, because if he wins 3 national championships, I mean, my God, he could be considered the greatest of all time, and to do it in the NIL era too, I think means a lot more, because we were talking before the show. I mean, Oklahoma State signed a quarterback for $7 million yesterday. I mean, guys are going all over the place and signing, and the money is insane. And as the money has changed, Kansas has remained constant. It may not be the 14 in a row Big 12 championship constant, but Kansas has remained constant. They're a constant tournament team. They're up there every year. They're one of the top teams in the country every single year.
I think
Bill Self finds ways to do it.
I think you blame realignment more than you could blame NIL and transfer.
For why they're not winning all the time.
Arizona and Houston.
Yeah.
Arizona and Houston are in the Big 12.
Yeah,
So it's like,
absolutely.
sorry.
And UCF, who they lost to the other day, which seemingly they lose to that team every year.
Every year in Orlando. That's
Every
a
year
loss.
they go down there and they go Mickey Mouse and see Cinderella, and all of a sudden they lose games.
Or
and,
Robert Duvall.
He could be. But I think when I look look
Orlando.
at, that kid from last night, Darren Peterson, like that's, again, the frustrating part because he gets you to that level. Dude. He does that, and then see you later. I'm out. Peace out. I just hope when the tournament comes around and this team is competing for a national championship, that kid understands what's at stake, and it's not about your draft status at that point in time. Because if it is, then, get the hell out of Dodge.
I will say this, and Mac, you watch more NBA than I. There are times in college basketball when you can just tell. The way the guy moves, the way the guy explodes to the rim.
Sure. Yeah,
and last night watching, because there are 3 college players, and normally every year, am I wrong about this? Normally every year it's one guy that in March we're like, where's the guy? Right? It was Adam Morrison. It was Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah.
It was
every year there's somebody that gets
J.J.
picked up.
Redick, Zion Williamson. It's guys. There's always seems to be like one.
Cherokee Parks.
As of right now, there are 3. There is Darren Peterson, if he can stay through the long haul, because he's got those little warmers all constantly on the sideline.
Yep.
You have that. You have Cameron Boozer, and you have AJ Debanza. And those 3 guys.
How much do they make combined?
Oh, God.
Debanza's making 7. I don't even know what Peterson's making.
Yeah, I would say 7 to 10 each, 7 to 8 each. Yeah.
So Boozer last night, 27 and 8. Peterson last night, 32. Debanza, the last time he played, which was Saturday, 24.
And you know what? I hope.
And those 3 guys will be the 3 guys that will go 1, 2, and 3 in the draft.
Yeah, I hope so.
They're all USA.
Yep.
Cooper Flagg was before them. And what happened before that to tie all this together? All these French NBA guys. Dude, I'm telling you, in about 10 years from now, Mac, when you're my age and I'm your age.
And I'm dead.
You will not be dead. The United States basketball team versus France could be legit in the Olympics.
I've been saying
it's going to be
this
legit in the next Olympics.
It could be.
Yeah.
I've been saying this for a long time. The U.S., unless they change something about their process for youth basketball in this country, we are screwed. And I'm serious. And it's not just France.
Because Wembanyama had 30 last night off the bench.
Yeah, Wembanyama. Did you see him kick a bunch of balls out of the
Dude.
Did you see that they had 3 basketballs in the net and he kicked his leg up and kicked the ball out of the it's insane.
Did a half bicycle to get him out of the unreal.
I mean, he's not just a basketball player. That guy's an athlete.
Yes.
And that's why he's going to be okay and he's going to have staying power. Yeah.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, exactly. He is. You root for that guy. He's the perfect fit in San Antonio. I know from being down there for 2 years what it was like and the type of basketball player they love, Tim Duncan, David Robinson, and this guy fits the mold, Victor Wembanyama down there. But to have these 3 kids in college basketball performing the way that they are, the NBA has to be loving it. The NBA should be in love with what's going on right now in college basketball because they're developing, I shouldn't say they're developing the talent, but they're having the guys on display at big-time universities where the casual fan is more in tune to watch than they are the NBA. And that's what you want to hope. You hope somebody falls in love with Darren Peterson or somebody falls in love with whoever and they watch him go up to the NBA and you start following that player. Hasn't been like that in the NBA here for the last 15 years? I mean, no offense at your age here, and I'm not trying to be an ageist in this, but are you even old enough to remember the last time Americans were competent in the NBA draft? I mean, it seems like it's been 20 years that we've been talking about, because I know when I was working in St. Louis, my co-host, the late Jay Randolph Jr., was on Rubio the whole time, right? And that was 2009. Yeah. And here we are in 26, and now the pendulum is maybe swinging back where the best players in college basketball and potentially the NBA in the future are now American homegrown players in an American sport where Americans can follow these kids and then follow them in the NBA. I think it's a great thing for college basketball and the NBA right now. I just think college sports, man, we were talking before the show, I think it's in such a good spot right now. And I'm back into college football like I've never been before. And I like the way the college basketball now is developing these prospects.
Developers.
Yeah, that could go up to the next level. And because that's the way it used to be. You followed these kids in college for 4 years, then they went to the NBA. And that stopped for about a generation.
And you could also piggyback on college baseball if you'd like to, because those guys are starting to play in the pros immediately after they get drafted.
I'm going to tell you the college baseball thing right now. There's a kid who committed to Quinnipiac that wanted to be a 2-sport star. They dropped their football program. He's reopened his commitment now. They said right now he'd be a top 10 pick in the baseball draft if he was going to go into the draft. And he was going to go to Quinnipiac, and they got rid of football, and he wants to be a 2-sport star. I mean, the college sports scene, man, is just wild right now.
Last night was fun, that's for sure. Arizona, K-State tonight, 8 o'clock. You can hear all that action on 96.5 The Fan. But, speaking of college.
Developers.
Kliff Kingsbur was heavily involved with this one topic yesterday and this one team that you root for. We'll discuss it on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Underdog are ready for the football playoffs. They're here, and Underdog is the best place to get in on all of the gridiron action because right now you can make entries and win money in Missouri. And playing on Underdog is easy. Just choose if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, rushing yards, receptions, and more. Once you get them right, you could win up to 5,000 times your cash. And I love the Underdog app because I like playing with multiple sports, whether it's football, whether it's basketball, college, NBA, it doesn't matter, hockey mixed in as well. Once baseball gets started, I love to take selections from each sport and combine them into one entry and to see what I can do. So what are you waiting for? Download the app today. Use promo code BOB to score $75 in bonus entries when you play your first $5 with promo code BOB. Underdog, make plays, win money. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and stop me if you've heard this saying before: new year, new me, or new year, new you. Men, with the new year, here comes a chance to make a real positive change in your life. If you're struggling with erectile dysfunction and ready to move past the frustration and embarrassments, it's time to call Heartland Men's Health. There may be no better resolution this year than finally taking control of your ED. Remember that first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, no big deal, and then it happened again and again and again and again. So now you know it's a problem. So now you know to call Heartland Men's Health because their treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health is successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. It's a new year. Make the resolution to treat your ED and change your life. Schedule a consult with the Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They've got 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas, Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and in North Kansas City. Call them today, 844-447-6600, or just visit them at heartlandmenshealth.com.
There's nothing I love more than saving money with my Hy-Vee Perks card. Cashing in on all the great fuel saver deals, that's just one of the ways that I save with my Hy-Vee Perks card. I saved 30 cents a gallon just a couple of weeks ago. There are a lot more benefits to having a free Hy-Vee Perks membership, like exclusive members-only pricing and digital coupons. Upgrade to Perks Plus and get free delivery, express pickup, and special fuel discounts. Save today on groceries and gas, only at Hy-Vee.
It's Thirsty Thursday at Hy-Vee. Time to stock up the bar and fill up your tank. Earn 50 cents per gallon fuel savings on every $50 purchase of wine, beer, hard seltzer, and spirits. Mix and match all your favorite libations and get a 50-cent fuel saver with every $50 purchase. Stack up the savings and your next fill-up could be free. Don't miss Thirsty Thursday at your Kansas City, Missouri Hy-Vee. Product promotion differs by location. Offers valid where legal, available while supplies last.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code FRESH to get an extra 35 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FRESH for a 35 cents per gallon bonus.
What if sports were traded like markets? Now you can test your sports IQ in real time with Robinhood Prediction Markets. It's not you against the house, it's you participating in a live market. You can buy or sell your positions all game long. You know the game. Put it to use. Trade every play with Robinhood. Download the app today. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
You know the rush when you reach that goal, when something you've worked for pays off. That's success. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we believe you should never stop chasing it. That's why we offer a skills-based education that helps move your career forward. Learn how to apply emerging technologies like AI and data science. Build your leadership and critical thinking skills. Apply by February 11th and save with no application fee. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Report brought to you by Miva Medical. Relief for knee pain, enlarged prostate, and uterine fibroids. MivaMedical.com.
Start the new year feeling comfortable. Men, if frequent bathroom trips are slowing you down, it could be an enlarged prostate. Jeff Montgomery here. I stopped putting it off and contacted Dr. Brown at Miva Medical. The non-surgical treatment was quick and covered by insurance. Contact Miva Medical, MIVA-medical.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Right back at it. 96.5 The Fan on a Wednesday. Have Jay Binkley in about 20 minutes from now. You know, he's juiced up, man. We got a game tomorrow night to watch.
Juice all over the place. Oh, hell yeah, we do. He's ready to roll.
Is that the more... Okay, this is hard to phrase this. Is that the more exciting game or the better game? Because Alabama gets beat by Indiana and Oregon beats Texas Tech. That's Friday night. Tomorrow is Ole Miss versus Miami.
I think it's the more compelling game, just
the
from all the
high-octane offense versus the badass defense.
And the storyline
of
these kids going out there and winning in spite of Lane Kiffin. I mean, if you're LSU and Ole Miss wins the national championship without Lane Kiffin, are you having buyer's remorse?
Yeah.
I think you have to be having buyer's remorse. Yeah, if they go out there and win the Natty without their head coach who you just hired, and, I mean... You got, like, Lane Kiffin right now.
Take it, Lane.
Yeah, Lane has to be hoping right now they get their ass kicked. And I think that's a big reason why he wanted his assistants to come with him right away to LSU, is because he's looking at the landscape now and realizing,
I guess he got in the wrong lane.
Yeah, clearly. I mean, I think they're a better team without Lane Kiffin, because I think sometimes
there's
when you play
fire
in
there
spite,
that wasn't there.
Yeah,
like you're sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're playing with spite. You know, screw this guy. I mean, he left us and now is trying to take all our coaches with us as we're in the middle of trying to play for a national championship.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about those kids, this will probably be their only opportunity, right, to play for a national championship. They're going to go on with life. Lane is going to have an opportunity to do this stuff anywhere else that he wants to go. But, I mean, I just think right now, like, I'm actually in the Final Four right now. I'm going to root for Ole Mississippi to take care of business and win this thing just because I like the spite angle of it. Like, they opened the spite team to spite Lane Kiffin, and it's going swimmingly, man. It's like they're going to put Mocha Joe out of business before you know it. I love it. I think it's so much fun to watch these guys do their thing, and Lane sitting there at LSU going, oh, son of a gun, if they win the national championship.
Mocha Joe's going to have Lane's Latte.
Lane's Latte. Yeah.
The only team I don't like is Miami, because we're not Carson Beck. Yeah, we don't like. Yeah,
you don't like Carson Beck.
Timmy,
I don't really like their coach.
Yeah, I don't like.
I think he's kind of a D. I like him. I don't know his halftime interviews and whatnot. I'm just always like,
I like their coach. I just hate their quarterback. Yeah. And he had an angel sent from the Lord to be his wife, and it wasn't good enough.
Oh, man.
Have you seen what you look like?
How much money did he get from Miami?
$10 million.
Yeah, you go.
How much money did she get from Miami?
Well, a lot more, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they thrived on NIL.
Is she playing in the WNBA, or she's still? No,
they're influencers now.
That's all they influence? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, and do they? Yeah.
They influence something.
Bless her heart, okay? Bless her heart. She might chase a few jerseys, but bless her heart. Not Lane Kiffin, but sounds kind of similar. Kliff Kingsbur, right?
Yeah, that does sound similar.
I guess. So his name very heavy yesterday. I know Nate Taylor was on this station yesterday, and I think, do we have his quote? Or I remember what he said, but he said basically that, it wouldn't work with his offense in Kansas City because Andy Reid probably isn't going to want to run that college style offense.
Yeah.
And there's also the point of like, how much pull does Mahomes have at this point in his career? Because I've always said at some point, right, there's going to be a time where Mahomes is going to know that he can run the offense, right? Like at some point in Sal's career, I'm sure like it was like, hey, I can call a game. I don't need this over here, right?
I've seen more than any of you put together.
Right.
Yeah.
Where like at one point Ned's like, just leave him alone. Let him call his game. And you trust that.
Mm-hmm.
And now Mahomes is going to have, as you move into this next thing, but he's going to have some say. But Kliff Kingsbury was a name that a lot of people said, hey, if he's available, and he is available, would like to see him as the offense coordinator. Some people kind of put all the news that comes out together, kind of relax, hey, chill, and then kind of have their own opinion. I don't know what you guys think about Kliff Kingsbury, but from judging by the document, I'm kind of on your guys' side.
Yeah, I don't care to see Kliff Kingsbury here in Kansas City.
And it's not in a mean, smug way.
No, not at all. I was kind of 50-50 on it, to be honest with you. And then I was reading some tweets from Grant Paulson, who works for our sibling station in Washington, D.C., and he covers the Commanders. He's really good at his job, right? And he put out this tweet yesterday. He says, I'm told Dan Quinn and Kliff Kingsbury disagreed over several things, run-pass balance being high on that list. It also seems like the DQ has a different version for what's best for the long-term development of Jaden Daniels. Kliff runs a very unique college-like system. DQ may want a more traditional NFL look for Daniels moving forward. And after I read that, I'm like, you know what? I don't want the college system either here in Kansas City. I think that we've seen that. I think it's tired. I think it's something that kind of has been played out. And my dream, as I was sitting around yesterday thinking about this, I want a total reinvention of this offense, right? I want everything different from what we've seen. I want to take the whole playbook for the most part, and tear it up and scrap it and throw it away and bring in somebody new that has no connection to this organization, has no connection to Patrick Mahomes whatsoever, and can truly evaluate things. Because I think right now that's what this organization and that's what this quarterback especially needs. He needs somebody that's going to come in and doesn't really have any connection to him and isn't afraid to sit there and say, hey, you need to do A better and B better and C better, like Danon said yesterday. And so I think Kliff Kingsbury, to me, everybody keeps talking about how they don't want to run it back, but yet they want to bring back Eric Bieniemy and Mike Kafka and all these other has-beens and never will-be's, to the organization. I want to go completely different. I don't think Kliff Kingsbury is completely different because he's already been with Patrick Mahomes. I need somebody to come in that can experience Patrick Mahomes kind of for the first time and be a clean slate with everybody. That's kind of where I feel on this one. So for me, Kliff Kingsbury, I'm out.
Dr. Mackenstein?
Yeah, same thing. I think I tweeted yesterday. Just his tendencies, his issues, the things that he likes to do are really similar to what Andy Reid does. Like, he's cute. He likes motion. He passes a lot. Like, he likes little screen games. Like, if we were talking about personnel, he would like quick, small, wide receivers. He's similar to Andy Reid in a lot of ways that are not necessarily bad, but for what we need right now, we need change. We need something different. He's not that.
No, he's not that at all. I need somebody to come in with a completely different look at this offense, too, and be able to kind of strip it down. And for Andy to allow that person to do that, too, that's the other thing. I mean, we can sit here and name all these offensive coordinators, but is Andy Reid going to allow them to have a huge influence on what's going on? And I'm not even talking about calling the plays. I don't care about that. Involving the running game more, maybe looking for a different style of wide receiver, because I think what the Chiefs have now from an offensive standpoint, it's done, man. That thing has run its course, right? It is stale. It is time to move on. It is time to change things up in a grandiose way, from a weapon standpoint, from a play calling standpoint, from a who you are an identity standpoint, so to speak. And that's why I think you need to go outside the circle of trust. It's nice to have guys that you can trust and like, Romeo Crennel, everybody wanted him to be the head coach. We saw how that worked. And so I think sometimes it's good to bring in a boss, if you will, a coach that's going to challenge players and look at it from a completely different lens than what's been looked at for the last 8 years. Everybody's been looking at Patrick Mahomes through the same lens. I need somebody with a different lens who can sense and tell and make Patrick Mahomes better as quarterback too.
Yeah, not his old best friend.
Right.
Up
to come hang out.
Or somebody that deserves a shot.
Well, for me, I'm a Brian Daboll guy on this one, and I know that sounds weird because I didn't like him as a head coach, but I know he's a really good offensive mind.
You know who's a good offensive mind that sucked as a head coach? That guy in New England.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who might be a really good offensive coordinator, but a really terrible head coach? That guy in Miami.
Right.
Yep.
Which is where you've got to kind of take that sort of scrutiny out of this whole thing because people will be like, that guy,
Yeah,
that
exactly.
guy failed. It's like,
But then they'll turn around and tell you, let's go sign Tua. You know, like stuff like that. But that's the fan, right? That's what we do. We recognize names and all. I just know Brian Daboll's been a really good offensive coordinator over his career and can be that type of guy that maybe comes in here and is a little rough around the edges. And that people like that with the Eric Bieniemy style, right? At least the fans did. The rough around the edges could be a good thing. Because this team right now, guys, needs a kick in the ass. It really does. Look what Baltimore did yesterday with John Harbaugh, right? They needed a kick in the ass, and they fired one of the greatest coaches of this era in the NFL. He's a Hall of Fame coach, but they said, you know what? It's getting stale. We need to move forward. He kind of lost the locker room. And I think that's what needs to be done here in Kansas City. It's okay to go through and have a drastic change and be a little bit uncomfortable going into this season from an offensive standpoint. I think they need that.
I'm just down for, like, I don't know. Just down for a change. And I think it's okay. You might not like it at first, but I bet it grows on you, right? Like you remember listening to Take Off Your Pants and Jacket and be like, this is cool. And then you heard Untitled, and you're like, I don't know what this is. It's different. It's new, but here we are, and I enjoy this, right? Yeah. That's how some things work. Like your manager at your restaurant job gets fired because the restaurant's not performing. People aren't showing up to work on time. Here comes this new guy, and you're like, man, I don't like this guy. And some people will leave, and some people will not like it. And then some people will be like, you know what this guy's doing is kind of nice, and I'm kind of into this. And then all of a sudden, it starts to become more and more and more and more, and it's like, okay, we've got people into it. And luckily, you've got Andy Mahomes. You got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Speaking of other jobs, I don't want to say we called it.
Well, we did.
Okay.
We told you he was getting fired yesterday. Everybody acted like this was a surprise.
Well, we're 3 for 3. And the 2 takes I take out of this is because we called Gannon, we called Carroll, and we knew John was getting canned. And
everybody acted like John was a surprise yesterday. I would have been surprised if he was still the head coach in Baltimore. The quarterback quit on you, man. Like you lost the locker room.
I think the thing is, I think there are 2 things that come out of this. I think number 1, this is an insane gamble by the Baltimore Ravens.
Huge gamble. One of the biggest gambles we've seen in the last 20 years in the NFL.
Because what Baltimore
is Andy Reid gamble.
Okay. Because I don't know about all of that because they're not coming off of like a 2-14 season.
Also, they're not hiring John Harbaugh. They're getting rid of Andy Reid.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, I'm saying, it's a big a change as Philadelphia made when they fired Andy. That's what I mean.
Andy Reid coached Philadelphia?
He did. Yeah. It's funny. I can't wait to hear
John
the first
Harbaugh
NFL
coached
player.
the Baltimore Ravens?
We won't be alive for that,
years.
though. That's too long for us. But the Andy Reid thing, I am waiting for the first NFL player who goes, Andy coached the Eagles? I didn't know that.
So I don't know. So the thing that I take out of this is that this is, I think, what Cincinnati should have done.
Yep.
I don't think this is what Baltimore should have done.
Okay.
Now, I will say this. I think this was a marriage headed for divorce. And I think they split before it got too ugly. I think there will be some stuff that comes out about how they started to kind of feel towards each other.
Oh, it's already come out. Yeah. The locker room lost him. Lamar's doesn't like him anymore, all that stuff.
And the thing is that Baltimore said, we're going to stick with our 2-time All-Pro MVP quarterback, and we're going to move on from John Harbaugh. And John will probably go somewhere else, and I have a good feeling it will probably be either in New York or it'll be in Vegas. And he's going to be great wherever he goes. I just truly believe that.
If you're John Harbaugh, why would you even listen to Vegas? Why would you listen to Cleveland? Why would you listen to any other Arizona?
Vegas I would listen to because you're getting the first overall pick.
Okay,
and
that's
you've got
fair.
a crap ton of cap.
Yeah.
So you could kind of go in there and be like, hey, it's my way. You know this, and we're gonna do this my way. And you'd be like, okay, fine. Sounds good. Sounds like Jack Del Rio all over again.
Do you think that Tom Brady would allow John Harbaugh to do it his way? Because now they're saying Brady's going to be involved more,
Absolutely.
with the team.
If you're Tom Brady, you do. Well, 100% you
but
do.
I know you do.
Yeah.
But does he have the ability to check his ego to allow John Harbaugh
to do it? He checked his ego on New
it?
Year's Eve. He could have taken that man's ex-wife
He
back
could've,
home, and he
that's
did
true,
not.
that's-
And that takes a lot of. I mean, that takes a lot from Tom Brady to do that.
He let Bill Belichick do his job pretty damn well for 18 years until the very end when
Right.
it started to become.
Right.
He let Bruce Arians do his job in Tampa Bay. He understands
he
the
can
way this
check it.
works.
Okay.
But
I don't know.
but we're gonna find out, and this is where we're. And it's funny that you say Belichick Brady, because we're gonna find out. Was it Harbaugh? Was it Lamar?
Yeah.
And I do think that was a divorce ready to happen before it got super violent. And I think that everyone kind of saw it like, yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
yeah,
Like, and it finally happened. And it's until if something weird happens, he'll be hired. He'll be the first. Baltimore.
Yeah, I want to know who that other team is.
Hell yeah, you do, because that's what Max said
Yeah.
yesterday. It's
Well, we
interesting.
knew they would,
And Max said this is interesting because if you are a team, or maybe it was you that said it, if you are a team that's like fringe,
Yeah, you're calling. I said it yesterday.
Yeah.
You're calling, and you're saying, are we firing this guy? If you're going to fire Harbaugh, then let's talk. Would he be willing to come here? Because if he's willing to come here, we're going to make a move on our coach. Oh, he's not willing to come to Miami? Okay, we'll keep McDaniel. Because I guarantee you Miami was probably that
and I
team,
don't
you
think
know?
this is the last coach. I think when Tomlin loses, they will fire Tomlin.
I don't think Tomlin gets fired.
And
I
who'd
don't
have
either.
thought
Yeah.
that 3 of the 4 coaches in the AFC North would be fired, and the one that stands alone is that Richard in Cincinnati. Can you believe it?
Yeah,
Like
that's
crazy.
That would be
Two-time
crazy,
coach of the
yeah.
year, fired. Super Bowl champion, fired. Super Bowl champion, fired. Who's here? The guy that can't freaking win.
Yeah, the guy who goes 0-18 in September. Like that guy whose quarterback's hurt every year.
The NFL is so good.
Yeah, but like what if Pittsburgh fired Tomlin and hired Harbaugh?
Can they just
Sign
say
me up.
snip, snap, snip, snap?
And then Baltimore hired Tomlin, right? Like that would be.
Oh, I bet Lamar'd like Tomlin.
Oh man,
Oh,
that
yeah.
would be good. I think that would be a lot of fun. But no, I think John Harbaugh ultimately will end up in New York. I think that is the best situation for everybody involved, for Harbaugh, for the NFL.
Yeah.
They've got to get New York back, right? They've got to find a way to make one of those franchises back again. They've taken care of the LA thing. They got them winning and doing all that out there. Now the league needs to focus on New York. I would be stunned if John Harbaugh isn't the head coach of the Giants. Now, let me rephrase that. If he takes another job, if he decides to go to TV, he ain't ever coming
He's
back.
not a TV guy.
I don't know that he is either.
He's
Yeah.
too boring. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get you.
He's just
Yeah.
a coach guy. Like
Yeah.
Andy Reid isn't TV.
No, Andy Reid's a coach guy.
Yeah.
And I will say, when Andy Reid got fired in Philly, I thought, take a year off, recollect yourself, do all that, get rested, come back strong, and do your thing. I was wrong. And the reason I will tell John Harbaugh this is because once you get out and you start doing that TV thing and whatever it is and making a couple of bucks and you're not working at all, it's hard to go back in. And so if John Harbaugh has the energy to keep going, take the next job immediately. Do not take that time off. Ask Bill Cowher how that's going, right? All these coaches take that year off. They're like, I ain't going back.
Yeah, like Tony Dungy.
He sucks. I mean, I have never seen somebody know less about a sport that they were involved in than Tony Dungy. He really is stupid when it comes to football. And NBC needs to get rid of him off of Sunday Night Football. He is an absolute abomination when it comes to understanding the game. This was his tweet yesterday.
You haven't heard? I've got sources that tell me they're going to get rid of Tony Dungy and put Travis Kelce on.
Oh, good. I would
I'm
like that.
joking.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That's
That
just
would
my
be-
theory.
That would be fantastic. I mean, Tony Dungy stinks on TV.
And
He
they're
stinks.
going to have Taylor Swift singing Waiting All Day for Sunday Night, and they're going to have Travis
that would
Kelce
be
doing
great. I would sign up
and
for
then they're going
that.
to really stick it to Dungy.
Yeah, to really stick it to Dungy.
I know that I'm hot. Take that, you alien.
So Dungy tweets this yesterday. So stupid. I can't believe what things have come to in the NFL. John Harbaugh has coached the Baltimore Ravens for 18 years. He took them to the playoffs 12 times, won a Super Bowl. The last 4 years, they were 10-7, 13-4, 12-5, 8-9. They made the playoffs 3 straight years and missed this year because a kicker missed the game-winning field goal on the last play of the season, and he was fired? I'm sorry, but I don't understand. Good luck, Baltimore, in finding a better coach. He wasn't fired because of a missed kick. The entire season was a disaster. The quarterback barely played. There was strife in the locker room. The team was not buying in to what John Harbaugh was saying anymore, and they finished 8-9. He didn't get fired because a kick was missed. He got fired because after 18 years, It's what have you done for me lately? And it's been since 2012 since he won a Super Bowl. And so they were done. It was time. The marriage was over. For Tony Dungy, who was fired in Tampa, obviously, and then moved on to, Indianapolis, to sit there and say that he got fired because the team went 8-9 and a kicker missed a kick, that's one of the more ignorant things I've ever seen. I have forgotten more about the NFL than Tony Dungy has ever known about this league.
I didn't know the sponge is supposed to be wet.
Be like saying he got fired after the Chiefs loss when Zay Flowers fumbled. Be like, no, it's because you abandoned the run. That's what happened in that game. Yeah, it was a close game, but that's why you lost. It was from coaching.
Yeah, it absolutely is. He didn't lose the game because a kicker missed a kick. He lost the game because the team was 8-9. They weren't on his side anymore. The quarterback wanted to change. You got an MVP quarterback that really hasn't realized his potential over the last 5 or 6 years while everybody around him is doing their thing. It was the right decision to make. Now, will they hire the right guy? That's up to them to make the right decision to hire a better coach than the guy that they had. But for Tony Dungy to sit here and ignorantly say he lost his job because of a missed field goal, that's one of the more ridiculous things I've ever seen.
I'm loving it. Well, hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Solid, easy, quick poll question on a Wednesday, the Fescoe and Dusty poll question on X, 96.5 The Fan on Twitter. Do you want Kliff Kingsbur as the offense coordinator, yes or no? That easy. We'll ask Jay Binkley on the other side here at 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Jay Binkley.
That guy's an idiot, man.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, Joy. Oh, you are glowing.
Oh, hey. More like Mira joyed that Miralax helped me go. I was so backed up. Tried mega coffees, prune juice, everything. Then Miralax. And hello, gentle relief without the harsh side effects.
Ooh, how does it work?
It works naturally with the water in your body for constipation relief. Find Miralax today at your local retailer.
Use as directed for occasional constipation.
It's impossible to have a bad day when you started with Chick-fil-A. Hi, I'm Miles. And this is Grant. And the little thing we love about the Chick-fil-A chicken biscuit is how the fluffy, crispy goodness wakes us up in the morning. The chicken is crispy, the biscuit is soft, it's iconic. Throw some jelly on it, you can throw some honey on it. It helps me kick off the day. The hash browns are great. And I really like the shape of them too. Little circles of crispy goodness. Yeah, those early morning chicken biscuits are just great, man.
Mornings are a little bit brighter with the Chick-fil-A Chicken Biscuit and Simply Orange Juice. Available on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Wouldn't you like to take a vacation from your bills? Well, you can. The new year is here. Home values are up, and you have more home equity than ever. Now is the time to put that home equity to work for you. This is James Hawkins, president of Golden Oak Lending. Credit card balances are at an all-time high. Why pay 25 to 30% interest to them when you could be saving thousands of dollars after a simple phone call? Golden Oak's mortgage rate is 4.5%. We have no fee to apply and no out-of-pocket costs. And if you call today, you could make no payments for 2 months. But don't wait. This rate won't last forever. Imagine how good it will feel to have those bills paid off. At Golden Oak Lending, we can make that happen in as little as 14 days. And if for any reason your loan doesn't close, we will pay for your appraisal. Call today and take advantage of our 4.5% fixed rate. Call 913-890-GOLD.
Golden Oak Lending cured my blues.
5.442 APR, FHA 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply. NMLS 114937.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
Plan 35 southbound recovering with an earlier problem at the Vivian entrance ramp. A little sluggish traffic in the area still with that. Lee Summit, US 50 westbound, still rolling from 3rd Street up to 470. Kansas side, I-70 eastbound, a little slow at the split with 670. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Chewing tobacco, football and boots. He knows Bobby Bowden, he knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jay Binkley. He loves beer and chewing tobacco, football and booze. He knows Bobby Bowden, he knows Pete Carroll. He likes the 3-4 defense. He's Jay Binkley.
Better believe it. You better believe it. He is Jay Binkley, and Jay Binkley, I got to ask you, man, more excited for Indiana and Oregon, or are you more excited for Ole Miss Miami?
Oh, man, that's tough to say. I love these matchups. I love these teams and what they're doing.
What do you pick?
I love the fact that Indiana has 0 5-stars on their team. I think they're a great story, but I'm going to say the Miami Ole Miss. Okay. There's too many draft picks in that game, man. I love it. Let me put it this way, guys. When Miami played Ohio State, there's only 32 first-round picks, of course, in the first round. There were 7 guys playing in that game that are probably going to be first-round picks. I think when it's all said and done, we look back at this, it'll be 7 guys. That is 22% of the players in that game were going to be first-round picks. So it's been amazing. There's first-round picks all over the place playing in the college football playoffs. With the whole storyline with Lane Kiffin, who was sitting courtside with Sam Leavitt, the quarterback that's transferring from Arizona State, and now the quarterback from Washington, who signed a $5 million deal with Washington a week ago, says, I'm entering the transfer portal, puts it out there. It's a huge controversy in college football. Washington wants probably maybe to sue the guy that signed for it, and now supposedly LSU wants DeMond Williams. So college football is in a complete carousel, and it's fun to watch.
It's exactly that, Jay. It is so much fun to watch. Bigger carousel right now, college football or the fact that every Hardee's is closed?
Well, that sucks, the Hardee's thing. But, yeah, college football is out of control. We have the Texas Tech getting Brendan Sorsby, the quarterback from Indiana, and they're paying him $5 million a year. He enters the transfer portal, goes there. They have him on a billboard in Times Square. That just shows you where we're at. The Texas Tech quarterback's in a billboard. There was the quarterback at Cincinnati 2 days ago, and now he's the quarterback at Texas Tech, and now he's on a billboard in Times Square. It's insane.
It is wild. All right, let's look at some of the stuff that's going on here, Jay. Chiefs obviously going to be looking for a new offensive coordinator. Who do you have in mind?
You know, just looking at it, and I really like Ben Arbuckle down at Oklahoma, and I like some of these college names, these college coordinators is kind of what I'm thinking.
You say his name is Ben Moosnuggle?
Ben Arbuckle.
Oh,
Pitsnoggle?
Not Pitsnoggle. Anyway, we'll forget about the names. But anyway, I remember back in 2018 when I was doing the day shift with Henry Lake.
I remember that.
And I said the Chiefs need to go out because this guy was on thin ice at Texas Tech. And I said the Chiefs need to go out and get Kliff Kingsbury and bring him in here as either because they had an offensive coordinator at the time, obviously, but bring him in as a consultant. Obviously, he was built for grander things than that because as soon as he got running, I knew he was going to get fired at Texas Tech. The writing was on the wall. He takes over as the offensive coordinator at USC. That lasted, a week until all of a sudden he's the head coach in the National Football League. This guy had a whirlwind going. His only problem was he wasn't good at the whole picture. As long as he just focused in on one thing like offense, I think he can be good. Because when he was at Texas Tech, the coaching staff there, everything wasn't great. The recruiting was awesome. Obviously, bringing in Patrick Mahomes, that offense, but they were dead last when Kliff Kingsbury was. There was only 128 Division I teams at the time, and they were 128th in scoring defense. He could not, for the life of him, hire a defensive coordinator. That's fine. but he's an offensive mind. But I always like that pairing. I even talked about it a couple weeks ago. I said the Chiefs ought to be thinking, on those lines of a Kliff Kingsbury type, because that's what works with Mahomes. We've seen more and more college team or pro teams go to college systems to look and say, all right, why was this quarterback successful in college? Because in the days of like Sam Bradford when he came out, everybody wants to make, they want to flip quarterbacks. If you're a shotgun, you're probably a shotgun in college under center. Do you want to go under center? What are you better? Under center or taking it from the shotgun? So more and more teams had to adapt, and Sam Bradford was kind of that litmus test. How's he going to adapt to the NFL? Well, now all these quarterbacks are spread quarterbacks in college, and so teams kind of tailor-make what they do to what made them successful, just like the RPOs that have gotten so popular or unpopular in Kansas City. It's what made Patrick Mahomes go at Texas Tech, so they implemented a lot of that when he got to Kansas City. So you find out what made him work. I think Kliff Kingsbury gets kind of locked in his ways. Sometimes I was kind of a bigger fan of him when the first choice of maybe grabbing him from college and putting him to the NFL. But now that he's kind of been in the NFL for a while, I've kind of cooled the sentiment on that.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, your Josh Simmons comment, hate the pick, don't like it. That's where I am with Kliff Kingsbury. The more I think about it, and this has been really a 24-hour kind of dive for me, I think like that is just the wrong play. I think the Chiefs need somebody totally different that has no connection to anybody.
Sure, but it's the why. It's not like I hated Josh Simmons, the player. I never did. I think it was one of the best tackles coming out of the draft. Availability was my problem with that pick. And with Kliff Kingsbury, it's, someone says it's the why. It's the why. Not just say, hey, he should be it. It's not like, Johnny Twitter reads 2 paragraphs and say, that's the guy. That's the guy we need to draft. That's the guy the Chiefs need to draft. Because I just read 2 paragraphs about him on Twitter, and that's the guy. It's the why. Why doesn't he work in certain systems? Could he work in Kansas City? Could he work not having 100% authority, which being with Andy Reid, you're not going to have it. I don't care who you are as an offensive coordinator. I don't think Andy Reid is going to yield you 100% of the power. He's already stepped back from personnel decisions, and I doubt he's going to give up that offense either.
So Max in love with Nathan Shieldhouse as the offense coordinator. What does Binkley think of that name?
Oh, Nathan Shieldhouse is awesome, man. That kid's a good kid, man. Always was. I'm a fan of Nathan Shieldhouse and what he's doing. He's very inventive. He's very creative. Dude's just a good dude, man. And it translates to football. Not just saying he's a good guy because he's a good guy, but it's translating to what he's doing on the football field. He's coming from a great system. He's got great coaches around him. He's a sponge. He soaks it all in. It's little to no experience. It's a guy that you always should hire somebody that you think can be a head coach at some point. Like Kliff Kingsbury's already been a head coach. Mm-hmm. And would it be that launching step for him? It's like Hayden Fry when he was at Iowa. You look at his coaching tree, it's ridiculous. All these coaches he brought in, Bill Snyder's, Bob Stoops, Barry Alvarez, all these guys. He only hired them for one reason, if these guys can be a head coach. So he would bring them in as young assistants and said, I like this kid because he's going to be a great head coach. And it made him successful is what he's doing. Nathan Shieldhouse will be a good head coach.
Love that. Binkley, what about John Harbaugh? Where's he go next? New York, Vegas, Arizona? Where's Johnny Har going?
I think New York would be a better fit. He's, 61? Andy Reid's, 67? So Andy Reid's 6 years older. So it is a bit of a reboot. He will be starting at the second place, a tad bit older. I think he's got at least 10 more years of good coaching in him. I think New York would be a good fit for Harbaugh. I definitely don't want to see him in Vegas. I think Vegas, if he went to Vegas, it'd be scary having that number 1 pick. But I don't know if Tom Brady's going to give him everything he wants. I think Tom Brady wants to be a big part of it, and I'm not sure Harbaugh wants that.
I think if he goes Harbaugh, to go ahead, Jay.
Well, no, go ahead. I just think Harbaugh wants more control than I think that what he would. Now, clearly, Mark Davis doesn't give a crap and let him do whatever he wants, but I think Tom Brady would be the issue.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I just think the Giants' job is the premier job, and now that the league has got this L.A. thing figured out and they're winning out there, they need to get their ass in gear and figure out New York to make that market successful again. And so I think Harbaugh goes to the Giants. I think the Giants' job, besides the Baltimore job, I think the Giants' job is the best one available. I think Baltimore is the best job available, but obviously Harbaugh's not getting the Baltimore job. Who do you think ends up there?
Well, and the one thing is, too, is also, do you like Jackson Dart? Like, through the draft process, how big a fan of Jackson Dart was John Harbaugh?
Sure.
Like was John Harbaugh, like, if you get that meeting and say, where did you guys have Jackson Dart? Because clearly John Harbaugh is going to evaluate the different quarterbacks that they were going to, in the draft. And maybe he didn't because they had Lamar Jackson. Maybe he didn't care about the quarterbacks. But I'm sure his personnel department or somebody had some opinions on Jackson Dart. But I'm sure he had his own opinions on Jackson Dart. But I do think that he ends up there because it's an established, well-respected organization. And I kind of think that's kind of where he is at this point. That's where he's got a ring. I think he ends up with the Giants.
Bink, you're the man, dude. I hope you enjoy the game tomorrow night, Friday night, and then Saturday and Sunday. You just got to get through tonight, man. Get through tonight, and then the rest of the time is yours.
Dude, Dusty. Oh, by the way, I watched that game last night, too. I was with you. I stayed up for that.
Wasn't it awesome?
That comeback was crazy. I did enjoy it. And I don't like the final couple minutes of college basketball. I think it really sucks.
Yeah.
But, man, that was good.
Yeah, it was. It's something, man. I think what I take away is there's just something about certain venues that there's like this aura, this spirit, and it was clearly there last night with Kansas. Man, that's how you get into basketball, man. Like that's the type of game that'll get people in.
It was fun. For being a sports fan, it was fun, and obviously having withdrawals from college football, which by the way is doing awesome. But college sports needs a lot of tinkering, a lot of fixing. So
hey, real quick, which quarterback would you take number one? The kid from Indiana or the kid from Oregon?
I like Dante Moore a lot, but I think he would be more benefited by staying one more year in college. I like Fernando Mendoza, and I know he's not putting up these eye-popping stats, but the kid's a winner, and he's extremely accurate. And I think he's going to be a quarterback that I wouldn't say he'll be a middle-of-the-tier type of quarterback. You want a Sam Darnold type? I think Fernando Mendoza could be that guy because, Sam Darnold has his issues, but he does have the number one seed.
Mm-hmm. Binkley, Hardee's might be closing, but we're that much closer to hot dogs, nachos, beers, sauerkraut, onions, jalapenos. Buddy.
Guys, we're getting close to the draft. This is draft season,
right.
Man. Let's go.
Bink, we'll talk to you next week, brother. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you.
Hey, Jay, see you later. Big news coming from the Giants. They're now going to interview Mike McCarthy for their head coaching job. If you're Mike McCarthy, you probably thought, man, I had a good shot at that Giant job. Oh, Harbaugh's here. Like, the good-looking dude shows up to the bar at, 12:59 and getting ready to hit on chicks, and you're like, damn, I thought I had a shot tonight. Mike McCarthy's like, man, I thought I had a shot at that Giant job. John Harbaugh's here. Oh,
yeah, that's like when I went into Abercrombie and Fitch and applied, and then the guy behind me was like a guy from the OC, and I was like,
that guy's getting the job, not me.
Coming up next, over/under win totals for your Kansas City Royals, plus what they could look like this year. 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
You're listening to Bob Fescoe.
I'm surprised nobody punched him in the jaw yet.
And Dusty Likens.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, this time of year, you want to start things fresh and you want to start things new. Talk about your body, right? You're getting some pain in your joints and you're thinking to yourself, I just got to get rid of this. Well, you can without surgery, without downtime, and without putting your life on pause. That's what my friends at QC Kinetics can do for you. They deliver regenerative treatments that actually help your body repair the areas causing you pain. Those achy knees and hips and shoulders, your back, wherever it hurts. Instead of facing an invasive operation that sidelines you for months, these treatments happen right in the office and you go about your day. Simple procedures that can deliver big, life-changing results. Skip the 3 to 6 months of recovery, skip the pain, and skip the invasive surgery. Imagine this instead, moving better because of my friends over at QC Kinetics. It's game-changing regenerative treatment from QC Kinetics, and January is supposed to be your clean slate, so make it one. Call now for your free consultation. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Hi, this is Toby Tobin along with Jason Goodenkoff from Lewisburg Ford in Lewisburg, Kansas. Hi, Jason.
Hello, Toby.
Let's talk about the buying experience at Lewisburg Ford.
It's the best anywhere. Just ask all our customers, Toby. It is hands down the best experience you can have buying a new car. We have the no-hassle Toby Tobin price that we've had for over 45 years now. Nobody else can say that. We've been saving Kansas City thousands and thousands of dollars for a lot of years.
I have been buying Ford cars and trucks from Lewisburg Ford for over 30 years. And I know personally this is the best place to buy a Ford car or truck. Great prices, but there's a whole lot more than that.
It doesn't just stop at price, Toby.
Yeah.
There's other factors to this equation, and it's trade-in allowance, financing, and the experience of how knowledgeable the people are that you're dealing with. And we surpass everybody in all those areas. We always have. We always will. That's why calling us is important.
Do you have that new pickup?
Absolutely. And it's dynamite.
Okay. Lewisburg Ford is your best place to buy a Ford car or truck. What's your toll-free number?
816-444-2300.
Lewisburg Ford or lewisburgford.com.
Blue Creek Wagyu is here to prove there's never been a better time to follow through with your resolution to eat better. Heart-healthy, low-cholesterol, authentic American, full-blooded Wagyu steaks and beef will help you hit all your goals this year. Booth Creek has 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf, where they sample mouth-watering Wagyu every day, and their beef experts will lead you to the perfect cut, crafted for exceptional beginnings. Join the Booth Creek Revolution at boothcreekwagyu.com.
Guys and ladies, get real about your health this new year with Synergen X and Low T Center. For a limited time, the men's TRT test is free, and ladies take $200 off the women's hormone test. Say no to diet trends, questionable online treatments, and deceptive prices from other places. If you're looking for the best, Synergen X and Low T Center are the leading experts. Meet with a real provider, get real medication, and real results. Everyone I know goes to Synergen X and Low T Center to change their lives. Walk in or book an appointment at getmyhealthfix.com.
The boats are back at Bartle Hall with 4 days of streaming deals on hundreds of boats at the KC Boat and Fishing Show, January 8th through the 11th.
Check out wake surf boats and pontoons, fishing boats, and luxury cruisers.
Enjoy nonstop entertainment, live stingrays, pro angler demos, and meet KC's Pitcher of the Year, Noah Cameron.
Get ready for fun in the sun at the Boat and Fishing Show, January 8th to the 11th at the Convention Center.
Pick up a free Thursday, Sunday ticket at Hy-Vee. Go to KCMoBoatShow.com for info.
Kids are free.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement. Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's gotta be clean, it's gotta be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic, made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Car wreck? Get the money you deserve. Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know. I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this. Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's your traffic report on 96.5 The Fan.
71 northbound heading into downtown, slow rolling from 18th Street into the downtown loop. Kansas side, Lenexa, 35 southbound, slow past 87th. Stays heavy not quite to 435 with the right lane blocked. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Back at it Wednesday morning, a beautiful sunrise out there for all you fine people in Kansas City out there today.
I'm reading my book, The College Football Encyclopedia.
See you in 40 years.
I mean, this is like my childhood. You know, every year you used to get like books for Christmas.
You're going to look
and
like
things
Pete
like that.
Carroll when you finish that.
I opened to my year of birth, 1977, to see what was going on in the college football year. Somebody left this book. It says, for Bink or whoever wants it.
You could have left that for whoever off. You could have just said for Bink. It's a solid book, dude.
I mean, and the font in this book, maybe 2-point font. maybe at best 2 point.
1.5.
Is it 1.5 single spacing? I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. It's got everything from college football from the beginning of time to 2008. Why is Binkley here already? He's driving in to get the book.
Yeah, hey, put that back where you found it.
Yeah.
We do it every Wednesday, and we just talked about it, so I want to bring it up again. Because Binkley, I think we got the consensus that Binkley's anti-Kliff Kingsbur.
I don't know. I could not tell. I thought he was for him, and then it seemed like no afterwards.
I think he's no, because he wants someone who could be a head coach.
He seemed to be very, very, very into the Shieldhouse thing. Can we get that started?
Let's do it.
Can we get that Shieldhouse to KC?
Yes, that's it.
And we'll give a lot of credit to the text line because they've been on it too. So shout out to you listeners out there. You've been on the Shieldhouse thing too. And Selmo's on it. Bob's on it. Nixon 5.
Hello, America.
But again,
I don't mind that hire at all. It's outside.
Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
And kind of a proven track record if you see how those receivers work in.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, look at what they're doing out there in L.A. And that's the thing. You need to have somebody. A little bit. Mitchell Schwartz had a big soliloquy about the offense and whatnot and whose fault and all this, you know, the blame for Matt Nagy and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, it's not Matt. It's and what we've been saying. It's all on Andy. Like, Andy has to be willing, and that's where Clark Hunt comes into play. Not Mark Donovan, not Brett Veach. It's where Clark Hunt comes into play and say, Andy, hey, let's think outside the box a little bit, and let's go and get somebody that may be different from a different organization that can bring a new lens and a new perspective on things.
That's what you did with Mac. But it is the Fescoe and Dusty poll question on 96.5 The Fan 965 on X.
Good point.
Do you want Kliff Kingsbur as the new Chiefs offensive coordinator? Yes or no? Fellas, we are in the way minority.
Yeah.
67.7% say yes.
Well, that's because they know the name. That's the only reason why. It's the only reason why people are voting yes is because they know the name Kliff Kingsbur, and people like things that they know, right? It just, no matter what it is in life. Like, if you've got two restaurants in front of you, one's a McDonald's and one's a McDowell's, you're going to go to the McDonald's because you know what you're going to get.
Unless it's owned by Sam.
That is true, that we're not going there. Or Hardee's, because it's not open at all anymore in Kansas City. So you've got a name that people recognize. That's the only reason people are voting for Kliff Kingsbur, is because they recognize the name. And I don't care that he knows Patrick Mahomes. I think that's a detriment against him, actually.
Same. Yep, agreed.
Yep. I mean, we got to get something to Shieldhouse to KC or something like that. Come bring the kid home.
It's too hard a name to spell for a hashtag.
Yeah.
Get house home.
Bring house home.
Yeah, bring house home. Let's go.
Bring house home.
That's
bring
it.
house home.
And it's like Shieldhouse.
I know, it's weird. I was spelling it the other day. I'm like, what? 2 A's? 2 A's?
Yeah, forget about it.
You know how you always say time flies and you know you're getting old? I remember watching him play against Blaine Dalton on ESPN in the first high school game of the year because it was the top two recruits in the states of Kansas and Missouri. I guess they're both in Missouri.
Blaine Gabbert, you mean?
No, it was Blaine Dalton.
Blaine Dalton. I don't even remember that name.
So it was Blue Springs South. He was going to go to Mizzou, and Shieldhouse was going to go to Illinois. So there's that rivalry.
Right,
cool.
Rockhurst, Blue Springs-ish, Blue Springs South, whatever. And they played on ESPN, and Shieldhouse won.
Yeah.
And I remember watching that game because I was like, holy cow, Blue Springs South is on ESPN against Rockhurst. And it was game one of the year, and Rockhurst won. Shieldhouse won that game. But again,
whatever happened to Blaine Dalton?
I can tell you. Some trouble.
Oh, okay.
Not great. Not the greatest story, but one of the greatest athletes I've ever seen play in Blue Springs High School history. I mean, just an absolute stud at baseball, stud at football. In fact, his funny story, I played sports with his brother, Ryan, and grew up with him. And he was class of 09, I think. Blaine was class of 09. We were class of 06. So he's 3 years younger than us. And when we would play baseball practice and we had guys missing, Blaine's dad, Jim, would be like, hey, Blaine, you want to come out here and play? Best player on the field. 3 years younger than us, best player on the field. He's like, can I hit some hacks? And we throw to him, ding, ding, ding. And I hadn't seen him in probably 5 or 6 years. So I did not play-by-play. I did PA announcing for Blue Springs High School my senior year because I wasn't an athlete anymore. I lost that many, many years before that.
Right.
And I remember it being like, now about him Blaine Dalton. And I was like, is that George Brett? Same stance, first pitch, piss missile over the center field wall, whispering south. It's like, oh my God. So yeah, that's getting way off tangent.
No, but it's like those are the years that I was over in St. Louis. So I remember the whole Illinois thing with Nathan Shieldhouse and being a Kansas City kid, and because Illinois was big over there, there wasn't much else going on. Yeah. And so you talked a lot of Illinois football at times. But I remember him playing for Illinois and go, man, that kid from Kansas City, that's a pretty good kid. And look where he is now. He's with the LA Rams doing great things from a coaching standpoint. And he's one of those guys. You asked me about what I like. He's literally worked his way up. He went from a high school player to a college player to an assistant coach to the grunt guy, and kind of worked his way up the ladder and has experienced everything. I really do like Binkley's analogy or kind of explanation of I want to hire guys that I think can be good head coaches. That's a brilliant way really to look at it, and more coaches should do that. But you know what happens, and I know this for a fact, the ego gets in the way, and most of these head coaches that have gotten jobs are 33, 34, 35 years old. They don't know who they are. They don't want to let go. They want to be the guy. Look at the Gannon guy out there in Arizona right now. Look at all these young coaches. They fail because they don't surround themselves with people that could potentially be better than them. And that's what you need. If you really want to be your best in the NFL or in coaching or whatever it is, you need to hire guys that could potentially take your job. And then you need to be like Andy Reid and have the confidence that I'm Andy Reid. Nobody's taking my job. I don't really care who I hire. I'm going to go out there and I'm going to hire the best people that I possibly can, regardless of scheme. I love that. Make sure he's a head coach before you hire them as a coordinator type stuff from Binkley. I thought that was a really good way to look at it.
And a lot of McVay's tree has been. They become head coach. They become good head coaches. And it's not just McVay's offensive mind. He's obviously curating. He's
Well, that's the thing
people.
right there, learning how to be a head coach, because it's completely different from being a coordinator. It's night and day different. I mean, once you become a head coach, you really don't do much with the X's and O's. In most places, you're the CEO of an organization, and so it's completely different. But I like the fact that he is kind of on that track, and that's the kind of guy who's going to take that next step that comes from a different lens of everything that's been going on here in Kansas City.
And you never know. Maybe it's a new relationship that builds with he and Pat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I didn't know Mac 2 years ago, and I consider Mac a good friend.
Yeah,
have a lot in common. Would never have known Mac. He gets put in this situation. I get put in this situation, and it works.
Yeah.
And it's happy, and it's nice. And then you never know. Maybe like Pat's like, dude, that's a good idea. Let's put these two together. And he looks at Pat, and Pat looks at him, and they go, hey, let's try. And all of a sudden, it's like, oh, boy, here we go.
Yeah.
Now, high hopes. High hopes.
Yeah, don't panic at the disco. But you got to go out there and say to the head coach, this sounds like a good idea. You got to make Andy think it's his idea to go out there and hire a Nathan Shieldhouse or somebody different that is going to give that lens. If they get Cathcart, the enemy back here, I'm going to be very disappointed. I really am. I'm going to be very disappointed.
Totally.
At Andy more than the situation, because I think they can do better than that. And familiarity right now is why they were 6-11.
From the 641, before we get out of here, Nate Shieldhouse and Breece Hall were at Iowa State at the same time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is it?
Coincidence?
Oh, I don't have that coincidence. I think not.
No doubt. Coming up next, we'll get into Max Pack, Bob's Bottom Feeders, and some over-unders for baseball, plus one word. It's loaded in the middle of the 7 o'clock block here on 96.5 The Fan. Your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I tell you all the time, my friends over at J. South Lanto are the only phone call you need to make when you're going to get into car trouble. But the problem is you just don't know when you're going to get into car trouble, right? Whether it's an accident, your car doesn't start, maybe you got off the road, it's going to be raining a lot tomorrow, the weather conditions are going to be rough out there. You may need J. South Lanto. And like I say all the time, you don't know when you're going to need them. That's why I want you to put their number in your phone. Get your phone out right now and put their number in it, 816-779-42. That's 816-779-4TOW or at southlanto.com. Once that number's in your phone, you're good to go. So when an accident does happen or your car does break down, you know who to call. You can't just listen to somebody and they tell you who to call. You call whoever you want when it comes to having your car towed. And my friends at J. Southland Tow are the right place to go. 816-779-4TOW. And I know we're only in January, but everybody's starting to think about the spring already, right? And getting those campers and boats to where they need to be. J. Southland Tow Service can haul your camper. They can get your camper to the lake. They can get it anywhere you want. They'll take care of everything for you. Let them take care of it and take all the stress away from you. So call them now at 816-779-4TOW. It's J. Southland Tow.
Doug.
There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means playing in a football game.
Boom! 42! You're going down, Doug!
Oh, yeah? Your price on car insurance when you customize and save is going down.
Hey!
Limu? What are you doing on their team? Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
So, you're ready to propose, huh?
Yeah, man. She's definitely the one.
What are we thinking about the ring? I got my wife's at Hellsberg. I couldn't recommend a better jeweler.
I could use some help with that.
Man, go to Hellsberg. I had no idea how many details you need to consider. Did you know you can get a natural or lab-grown diamond? I didn't. Figure out what she wants. Trust me, they'll make it happen.
Start your story with Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
And we're out. Back in 60.
Hey, what are you eating?
Chimichurri filet mignon. It's a Factor meal.
Oh, nice. Wait, they let you eat like that in the pros?
Oh, they insist on it. A pro's work starts on the plate.
Oh, man, that does look good. Let me have a taste?
Get your own.
All right. Where do I find this? Is it factormeals.com?
Yep, and they've got a deal going on.
Oh, love a deal. I am so in.
Smart move. Pro move.
All right. Factor. Eat like a pro.
I'm Piera Palazzolo, VP of Digital Marketing for the American Management Association, a company focused on the management training skills needed to enhance the careers of business professionals. We did our research when it came to the best companies for website development and chose AmericanEagle.com. And we couldn't be happier. AmericanEagle.com worked closely with us to understand the front and back end requirements needed to launch an e-commerce website that could handle the complexities of running thousands of seminars nationwide. Our robust new website and improved SEO saw immediate increases in site traffic and web revenue. If you're in need of managerial effectiveness and success, visit our website at amanet.org. If you're in need of a website that provides an unparalleled consumer experience, I highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Transform your business today. Dial 877-WebNow1 for a free digital consultation with AmericanEagle.com.
What if your instincts could pay off? With Robinhood Prediction Markets, you could put your knowledge to work on the events that matter to you. Prediction Markets isn't just sports. It's the Fed rate decision, your favorite award show, and so much more beyond the playing field. Trade events with Robinhood. Visit Robinhood.com/predict. That's Robinhood.com/predict. Futures and cleared swaps trading involves significant risk and is not appropriate for everyone. Event contracts are offered by Robinhood Derivatives LLC, a registered futures commission merchant and swap firm.
Did you hear? Allstate car insurance now costs even less. So when you bundle with home, you can save even more. Check Allstate first to bundle and save with a new lower auto rate. You're in good hands with Allstate.